Hi, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Alleged Actually Podcast. Today, we are doing our first pop culture segment of the year in April. But y'all, we are bringing y'all the pop culture latest on our new segment called The Pop Out. Welcome, my co-host, Bria.
Yes, hello, welcome. And I'm happy to be here.
All right. So before we get into our pop culture lineup, if you are new here, welcome. Over here at Alleged Actually, we do reality TV recaps and pop culture. And if you've come here before and you're back again, I don't know what you're waiting on. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Join the Actualizer family. Go ahead, share this video with the masses. And please make sure you comment and let us know what you thought about the lineup that we have tonight and all the stories. Let us know what you're thinking. And then last but not least, as things happen, we're going to pop on here. So you got to hit that notification bell so you know when we drop our pop out content and you can come check us out. All right, Bria, we have a little lineup for you guys tonight. We're going to start off with not a ton going on, but we do have 3 stories we want to give you our thoughts on that has been out there for all of those to give their opinions on. On the lineup tonight, we have Tracee Ellis Ross. We have LeBron versus Kevin Gates. And we have Uncle Shay Shay, good old Shannon Sharpe, and all the mess that's going on with him. So, Bria,
Yes.
First things first, let's talk about Tracee Ellis Ross.
Okay.
All right, so I'll put her up here on the screen. And so Miss Tracee was on Michelle Obama and her brother Craig's podcast, IMO, or In My Opinion podcast. Apparently, her and Michelle are really good friends. And so over at that podcast, they talk about all kinds of things, her and her brother. And in this particular part of the interview, Tracee was talking about her dating life. So I have a clip. We're going to listen. And then, Bria, let's talk about it.
Okay.
Dinner, by the way, we're across the table. Your husband goes, but why? And I said, well, maybe because I can.
Yes, Barish. This is what I'm saying. Tales from Tracee's.
It's fun. It's very fun to share.
Tracee tales.
But
I'm sorry.
But one of the reasons, though, that because I had to ask myself that question, I was like, what is this about?
Yeah.
Because I want a partner. And so often, and it's not just that I'm older, I'm also very embodied. I am a full, very whole person who knows myself, who is in charge of my life, and who lives a very full, just robust life. So it's not just age, it's like life experience and sort of a difference. But I had to ask myself the question, why? Why does this keep sort of coming up other than they're hot and gorgeous?
There's that.
But a lot of men my age are steeped in a toxic masculinity and have been raised in a culture where there is a particular way that a relationship looks. And anything that starts to smell of that for me, I did enough of it where I was controlled and felt like I was a possession or whatever those things were, or prize and I have no interest in it, and I will not do it again.
I'm sorry.
No,
Craig.
I was going to say, so it's a generational thing. So it didn't matter how you met them, or is it just kind of the guys you're meeting?
That's obviously
too big of a generalization.
It's a generalization, but because I have dated men my age, there is a difference. There is an openness that occurs with a younger man around whether it's gender fluidity or not even having an issue with homosexuality. I mean, something as basic as that there's times where I'll be sitting across the table from somebody and just like, what did you just say?
Yeah, what century are you?
Like, oh my God.
Where's your horse and buggy?
Yeah, like I'm so.
So, Bria. All right. So basically from that clip, I mean, y'all heard it. She's basically justifying her desire to date younger men which I don't think she needs to justify, but she was actually given a reason. What did you think about what she said, Bria?
I think what she said was very, for lack of better, true. I do think that as men get older, they're more rigid and set in their ways. It's hard to see them to view or get them to view perspectives in a different light, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And of course, we saw the aftermath of it where men had their pitchforks out, and of course the Samuelites, I don't know if you know that term, but they were ready to roast and saying, well, this is what Kevin Samuels warned us about. Like, this is the type of, I don't know. It's just, but honestly, she didn't say anything wrong, in my opinion. It's not like she said all older men were like this. It's just the men that she's come into, that she has in her, dating pool. And her dating pool is different than the average man or woman. So I'm sure in that circle, you have maybe even more of it because they have more money to where they feel like, I mean,
any man that's going to be on her level is going to, right.
So I get where she's coming from.
So do I.
As a younger woman, I do.
Right. And you know what's really funny to me? And me and Tracee Ellis Ross are the same age. She's 52. I'm going to be 52 next month. What I find so interesting is those same men that are dragging her for making those comments are the same men when we get to the story about Shannon Sharpe are defending Shannon.
Oh, absolutely.
So listen, if a man can date younger, so can a woman. And a woman like Tracee Ellis Ross, who is, I mean, of course, she's accomplished in her right. Huh?
And I feel like it should also be noted that I don't believe that Tracee Ellis Ross is talking about somebody fresh out of high school or somebody fresh out of college.
No.
Talking about like maybe for like 10 years younger, and she's like what, in her 50s or 60s?
She's 52.
Right.
But I mean, even if she's talking about,
probably talking about 30 to 40. I don't think she's talking about somebody fresh out of high school. Like I just don't think she's talking about.
No, she's definitely not. I'm thinking she's probably talking about a man in his 30s or whatever. But even still, in her circle, if there's someone that she feels is interesting, that's creative, like herself, that runs in the same circles and she chooses to date him, that's her business. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she's saying she does not want to be stuck in something where men are trying to stick her in a traditional role, or she feels like, she's even mentioned that she didn't want to feel like, trophy or, controlled or whatever. And you're right, Bria, in her circles. I mean, let's remember, not only is she Tracee Ellis Ross, the actress, she's Diana Ross's daughter. Yes. So she is not new to this, honey. She is true to this. You hear me?
Right.
So listen,
she's this circle her entire life.
Okay.
Her
entire life. So, I mean, she gets to date who she wants, just like we all do. And I think her points were valid. In relationships with her, she needs somebody that can be more open-minded and freer. And she's just not attracted to someone that can't give her that. She doesn't want to be in a relationship where she feels stifled. And again, that's her business, right?
Right.
Yeah. Y'all slide in the comments and let us know what you think. All right. So next up on the lineup, we have, this one really got under my skin for several reasons, and we're going to talk about it. So apparently we're going to bring, LeBron to the forefront. So Kevin Gates, who is a rapper, and I have a picture here of him and his now girlfriend, though he's married to Sierra Gates, Brittany Reiner, however you say her last name. Anywho, in this particular picture, what is so interesting is they are courtside at a Laker game, okay? And there's the order of sequence on why this even matters. So Kevin Gates, as he normally does, takes to Instagram and makes a statement. I guess he does these late night rants that are posted on Instagram. And let's just get into it, and honey, then we'll give y'all our thoughts. Here we go.
Like couples and people in the league, Nigga, we was talking about how LeBron do the little handshake with Savannah.
Right.
And then I was like, maybe I noticed that people don't notice. But I'm like, they was like talking about, what if you had LeBron money? I'm like, man, he one of the greatest players to ever play the game.
Right.
But I wouldn't want to trade places with him. And they was like, why not? Why you wouldn't want to play? I say, because I don't like the way Savannah look at LeBron. I like the way them white women look at LeBron. Like when soon as he walk out there, they just be like, oh. But it's like I noticed when he go do the handshake with the main player on his team, which is that, it's like, you act like I'm bothering you. Like,
Right.
I'm the greatest player in the world, one of them. Like top 5, top 10, I'm one of them. And I'm in the playoffs. And you act like the warden of the jail. Like you came here to police me. Like you ain't, like, you not like these white women this about me in here. Like, so, like, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it, bro. Because when I've been around that dude just, his spirit so loving and giving, it hurt me. It hurt me to see that. Like, you done eject away from my partner, man. Don't do that, man. You dive on the floor behind that, man. Dive on the floor behind him. But, you know, like, I know a lot of people gonna hate what I just said, but I'm gonna be honest, like, if everybody like me, then so we can do whatever you want to do about it. I'm gonna die about everything I say. So I love LeBron and I hate that for him, bro. I hate that he gotta go through that. As a man, I hate that he gotta go through that, bro. In the playoffs. Your main player act like it just, you have a look on your face like, I could be doing more. Like, what more? Like, I loved you for you. Like, when I met you, you look like Lamar Odom.
No, sir. Y'all, let me just say this. I find Kevin Gates to be abhorrently ignorant. Okay? I know that a lot of y'all follow behind him and his deep quotes. People, you know, want to make them viral, reshare them. First of all, that was so unnecessary. Secondly, it's giving fan. You know, if you love LeBron, that's cool. But that just sounded so ignorant. I don't. Help me out here, Bria.
It's giving fan, but it's also giving infatuation.
Yes.
It's giving, because here's the thing. I don't know if y'all are into zodiac signs, but Kevin Gates is an Aquarius male, right? Those are demons. And they walk amongst and they rarely say what they mean. So, yeah, they rarely say what they mean. So and they're usually, so I'm gonna translate. LeBron, you pressure. I'm pressure. I feel like I look just as good as Savannah post glow up or pre glow up. Lie. Savannah James is always given girl next door that's untouchable, period.
Absolutely.
Second of all, I do feel as if LeBron and Savannah have an agreement. I feel like LeBron is very I don't know. I do. I feel like there have been things that have come out in rap lyrics from a lot of, you know, rappers that he hangs with. Drake lyrics, Pusha T lyrics that suggest that LeBron is a very honorable cheater. But and that's their business. That is their business at the end of the day. And what Kevin Gates did was messy. It was messy. But at the end of the day, I do feel like it's because he has a crush on LeBron.
It sounds like it.
the way, that was his outlet to say, Bron, if you are ever feeling like you want to do something, I'm here. Because the entertainment industry is weird, and they do weird stuff. And so I feel like that was his way of saying, if you're ever down, let me know.
Okay. Well, I didn't get that, but you know what? Definitely and listen, he did seem awfully pressed.
I mean, the fact that he compared her to another male, when they do that, I feel like it's usually this DL, and they're saying, I look just as good as the woman that's on your arm. Why don't you like? It is. They're just. And Kevin,
I mean, that's definitely
known to be a little spicy as well. Like, there are rumors about him. There are.
About Kevin Gates?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, listen,
he's a very fluid man.
It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, I don't know, those of you that follow him, you know, in his interviews, he's very almost animalistic when he talks about the act of intimacy, if you will. It always gives this, I don't know, it's just really strange to me. You know, he always tries to present himself to be like so forward thinking when it comes to that area, and but he comes across as so aggressive, huh?
But you know how I feel about dumb smart men. You know how I feel about them. I don't, because I like I said, as someone who is actually intellectually gifted, it's easy to pick apart, and so I laugh at his interviews for for his fan base, because he does have a lot of backwards fans. They think that he is.
We love you, Kevin Gates fan.
She does. I feel like they're very backwards thinking. It's very hot Cheetos for breakfast. It's there. And, you know, and I'm not saying they're all like that. I think that there's maybe one song of his that is decent that I like. But
I don't know any of the songs.
He most of his fan base, they're not that bright. And so they revere him as some, like, I have the answers for everything guru. And
he tries to give that energy, but
and for people that that know better, it's easy to see right through that. And
fair.
You know, it just no.
Fair.
But yeah,
fair,
you know,
fair.
She loves you. But yes, Kevin Gates fan, she loves y'all. She loves you, Kevin Gates, I'm sure. I'm real, and I say that I think that y'all aren't that smart.
Listen.
Sorry.
I let people be and do as they choose, but here's the
most of y'all. I'm gonna say most of y'all, because I feel like I don't want to generalize. I don't.
We're not gonna generalize. We're not gonna generalize.
But
I will say
that.
Yeah. Well, everybody was waiting for LeBron to respond, which LeBron generally doesn't respond to things like that. A lot of his haters wanted to say, well, why didn't you give Kevin the same energy you gave Stephen A. Smith? And for those that don't know, Stephen A. Smith had a lot to say about LeBron's son, Bronny James. Very critical. But, you know, I feel like you're right, Bria. Not only, it's two different things, right? Because Stephen A. Smith is working within the sports arena. He's a sportscaster, and his voice is loud in the field of basketball and sports as a whole. Kevin Gates is Kevin Gates. He's a rapper. And because he has an opinion about what he thinks he sees between him and Savannah, it's very different than someone that's a correspondent in sports negatively speaking on his son, because in fact, it can put a spin on the narrative of Bronny's career. Exactly. So, two different things, okay? Let's be clear, though. When you look at a Stephen A. versus a Kevin Gates, I don't think, again, at that night, we're talking LeBron was at the playoffs, about to do his big one, as he always does. And that night, they beat down I think I don't even know if they were playing, child, at the game he was at, but they won. I do know that. He put up quite a few points. And so why would he come up off his throne to address that stupidity? He should not. And Brittany, you look ridiculous. However, this is what he did have to say. So LeBron goes to his Instagram and he posts, "Kings don't concern themselves with the opinions of peasants. Where to next, Queen? Let's get it." Enough said.
I thought that was a great response, honestly. Someone like Kevin, because giving a man like Kevin Gates that kind of response, that would do exactly what he wanted. Yes.
Agreed.
That's the energy that you give a man like Kevin Gates. Yes.
And that's point blank and the period. Okay. Moving on to our next story, we are going to talk about what everybody's been talking about. Shannon Sharpe and his pending lawsuit. This has been the talk for the past week. Shannon, for those of you that do not know, he is being sued by his ex-girlfriend, people are calling her, a 21-year-old OnlyFans model named Gabby Zuniga. And for those that don't know, prior to this lawsuit even becoming a thing, he tried to settle with her out of court in the amount of $10 million. Okay. She did not accept that. So she has attorney Tony Busby, and we all know that name because he tried to represent the Jane Doe that was coming after Jay-Z when Jay-Z was like, "No, sir, not me." What we're not going to do. And this case never even came to light, that one. I think Shannon is hoping he has the same fate. However, this time, Gabby came with some receipts. This lawsuit is in regards to SA, regular assault, and battery. Yeah, so we're going to listen to that audio. And then we'll come back to discuss it. And here we go, guys.
Here's what it is.
What does that even mean?
Nothing, Gabby. You want to be a to me now, so.
I don't want to be. Don't manipulate me.
Oh, Lord have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm going to choke the shit out of you when I see you. Thank you.
Okay. Well, I don't.
You know what?
Well, I don't want to be choked.
Yes, you do. I don't think you have a choice in the matter.
Oh, Bria. So look, after that came out, Shannon decided to come out and give us all a statement of his own. I guess he thought he was going to try to get ahead of it, if you will. Let's hear what he has to say, and then me and Bria, we're going to chop it up and give y'all our opinions.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. I love all you guys. Thanks.
Bria, thoughts?
First of all, that recording was rough. The first one. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Second of all, I okay, so I understand that in the past it has been like, white women have weaponized their tears and their, to bring down Black. I get that. This is not one of those. This isn't. Honestly, I wish he would just be honest. It's not a shakedown. Just say, look, y'all, Uncle Shay Shay likes to dabble in young white poo. And I enjoy the race play. I enjoy being called a big black. I enjoy it. And, I'm gonna pay that girl her money. And look, that's how Unc is. I'm sorry, y'all. Like Lakers in 5. That's like, that's it. Like,
I mean, he even said, and I did have the clip, but I don't have it readily. He told Ocho Cinco that he did not like to date his age. He liked to date his wage.
No, he doesn't. He likes to date young white women, and that's okay.
Well, that he equivalates. He is making that equal to the fact that he has status now and that he has now access. So therefore, in his mind, that's worth something. So pay her $50 million.
Right, exactly.
Run her money.
Right. You're in the big leagues now. Run it.
I mean, and y'all, there's a lot to it. I mean, look, Shannon Sharpe, and Monique tried to warn him. And there's several clips of him and Ocho Cinco on Nightcap where he's talking about, and he's very cringe. Right. I am not a Shannon Sharpe fan, honestly. Okay, so I don't follow football, so that is not where I know him from. I know him from his podcast and YouTube show, Club Shay Shay, which I enjoy some of the interviews and all of that. However, the banter with him and Chad Ocho Cinco can come across as very cringe. Mm-hmm. It's like this man is now almost 57 years old. And, like I said, the same way, and I'm not going to be, there's not a double standard. The same way I said that Tracee Ellis Ross can date who she wants to, I think Shannon Sharpe can too. Absolutely. I'm fully in support. If that's what he wants to do, right. You want to date. But my thing is, there's a difference. Now, Tracee said she wants a partner and she was describing what she needs in a relationship. Shannon Sharpe is paying for his kinks. So, I mean, that's two different things. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, it's fine. But then you can't get before us and cry like somebody's shaking you down. You got to pay to play. You knew the girl, they met, y'all. So let me give you a little background to the story. So they met in 2023 at a gym. Gabby Zaninga is a OnlyFans model. Like he said, she goes by also the name of Carly. Okay. So they had been dating since 2023. They would engage in, like I said, he has also released some text messages that she sent him that would kind of lean into, not kind of, to me proves that it was a consensual relationship. So she consented. She would send him texts saying that she wanted to be tied up or that she wanted, some of it was so disgusting, I will not repeat. However, it was clear in the explicit text messages that he shared that she was with it. And like Bria said, the whole race baiting, race play that they did, that was truly a thing. Things like, I want you to put one of your big black babies in me and all that. I mean, those were some of the things that were in the text, if y'all haven't seen them. However, like I said, the man's free to do what he wants. What I think happened, there was 2 incidences where the reason that she's suing him, there was 2 incidences where she had told him to stop. One of which was an incident where he had removed protection, his condom, and sodomized her, where she said she had told him no to stop, and he did it anyway. There's 2 instances that she claims allegedly that happened, okay? So with that, now it's considered SA. Allegedly. She alleges that she was SA'd. So this has caused Shannon some serious consequences. First Take on ESPN was a big moneymaker for him. I think he was about to sign a deal for $100 million. He's temporarily stepped down from his role on ESPN after being sued for, like I said, assault, SA, battery, and S battery. He denies, of course, the allegations in the lawsuit by Gabby. And Shannon, as a lot of you guys fans know, that he had a prominent part on ESPN's morning sports debate show, First Take. He says now he's going to step away and devote his time to his family and responding and dealing with these false and disruptive allegations set against him. He plans to return to ESPN at the start of the NFL preseason. He issued that statement on Thursday. ESPN also in a statement said that this is a very serious situation and they agree with Shannon's decision to step down, which is code word for you either step down, or we're going to sit you down.
We're going to step you down.
They don't want all that, right, with ESPN. They just don't want.
ESPN is owned by Disney. They don't play that.
Right, that part at all.
Yeah, you should have known better, sir. You should have known better.
That part. So with that being said, for all of y'all that say, and I get both sides of the argument, right? But again, that's what he's a grown man. If that's what he wants to do, so be it. But when it comes out, things like that, I mean, again, you have a Tracee Ellis Ross who's saying, I want someone that, have things in common with, that doesn't have the rigidity, that, is more fluid, that is open to the world. He's saying, I want a cute little tight white behind that'll do these kink fetish things with me. 2 different things, y'all. So where you thought, he was going to get loyalty from her? No. That wasn't about love. That wasn't even about mutual respect. That was flat out what they were doing in the bedroom. Okay?
Exactly. Right. And I need for us to stop it. Well, I think we're getting to that place with Diddy, him, Jonathan Majors. I think we're all getting to this place where whenever we see a Black man, accused, or like with status, accused of something, we're immediately thinking, oh, they're trying to bring him down. No. You make reckless decisions that and like their thing is, white, powerful white celebrities are able to do it. No, they're not. They have to pay up too. You don't think that they're getting extorted? The thing is, though, they're not negotiating. They're paying the money. They're just saying, okay, here, take it. Don't bring it to the public. Just don't.
You're right, Bria. You're right.
Pay them.
You got to pay to play.
Pay to play. Because
that's part, y'all.
You're in the big leagues. You got to act like you're in the big leagues. That's what they do. They pay it. They just, here you go. Make it go away. Make it go all away.
That part. Because even if he wins this case, what it's done to his reputation is going to cost him a whole lot more.
Right.
So, yeah. I mean, y'all weigh in the comments and let us know what your thoughts are. I mean, I like what you said, Bria, because I feel like gone are the days where we used to be the first one on the front lines, arms open. Oh, no. Come on back. No. They're taking you down. And no, we want you to be accountable. If that's what you choose to do, do it. But then you have to get what comes with it. And that's just how I feel about it. I mean, yeah.
That's it.
And it's a shame. I mean, I think it's a shame that it's come to that. I mean, I'm sure he thought they had an agreement. But before it went to that, she asked him in one of the texts, saying something about, I know you miss me. And this is a summarization, y'all. It's not an exact statement, but she said $25K for each cheek, and not the ones on her face. No. It was after that they really stopped dealing, and then all of a sudden he tried to settle with her because she was like, okay, no, you're going to pay me. Allegedly.
And if you just would have paid her to that $25K for each cheek, pay them their money.
I think it's a power thing too. I think that he probably felt insulted when she said that, because in his mind he wanted to believe that he was so desired.
Yeah. Like, no, sir. It's the money. It's your money. Your money is
right. And the fact that she was so much younger, how could she outsmart him? I mean, you could tell by that conversation we heard in the audio that she was setting him up.
Absolutely.
Say certain things.
It was so clear. Jesus.
Well, I don't want to get choked, so I guess I'll go.
That was such a
I mean, like, and I don't think that, abuse of any type is funny, but I mean, let's be clear, y'all, I can see right through what this is. So look, my tolerance for it is very low.
Yes. And I will say too, though, that, it's allegedly, I believe it did happen, but that is full on. Like, if you are saying, hey, don't do this, and they do it anyways, and that is in the category of rape. So, like, yeah, pay that girl.
There were, and I will say that there was another accuser. Of course, that's how that happens, though, usually, y'all. But another accuser did try to come forward.
And, remember that clip that came out? Oh, that's my Michelle. That's my Michelle. Michelle sued too.
She tried to.
Michelle. Yes, Michelle tried to sue too. Michelle Bundy. Yes, ma'am.
She did.
And then, I think it was audio that came out that, she accused him of cheating with my Michelle. I don't. He's a messy man. That is a messy man. And the chickens have come home to roost, is all I'm saying. He has a trail of very scorned young women, and that they're not playing. So, yeah.
I mean, if they haven't learned anything from watching, I mean, and we can name them all, but even as recent as Diddy, I mean, you really got to watch what you're doing out here.
You do.
So, yeah.
Or just part of I mean, that too. That's an option.
What's
you don't
that?
have to, or just do the right thing is an option. You don't have to engage in like
that part.
But if that's what you like to do, I mean, do it, own it, do it responsibly, do it legally. No underage women, please. But yeah. But if that's what you want to do, that is your prerogative, and you do it. But own it, and don't be like, oh my God, they're trying to take me. No, that's what you like. That's what you like. Own it.
Grown man's almost 60 years old, y'all.
Yes,
and so
at this age, you know what you knew what you were doing, sir. You do. And
absolutely.
Own it.
Absolutely. All right. Well, part of the pop out is Bria and I, after we have talked about our lineup and the stories that are out there that we give our opinions on, we also have to come together and decide, because I mean, on whether or not we have F's to give. Because sometimes you just don't have any, and sometimes you do, depending on it. So we're going to start with the first story. Tracee Ellis Ross, as far as her wanting to live her life and choose to be with who she wants to in a responsible manner and what fulfills her at this stage of her life, I'm here for it. So I'm gonna give her. I got F's for her. I got F's to give. So I'm gonna give her. We're gonna go higher on the meter. We're gonna give her 4. Bria?
4. Same. Likewise, I care about Tracee Ellis Ross. I think that she is an icon. I think that she is. I don't know. She's very unproblematic, and honestly, yes. Now, the reason that the story went viral, 0. No, because
absolutely zero. Y'all can feed your ego with something else.
Right.
There's nothing else to see over here. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah. Absolute zeros. All right, moving along to Kevin Gates and LeBron James. F's to give, Bria?
About Savannah, because I love Savannah. At 4, Kevin Gates, a negative 500. And that's another thing too. I wish men like him would own it too and just come out and be like, LeBron, I have been in love. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. But no, I don't care about Kevin Gates. And I've made that very clear throughout the life.
So no F's to give for Kevin Gates. Yeah. Okay.
Or LeBron. I mean, like two for LeBron, because like I come from a LeBron standing family.
That you do.
They love
your brothers would get you, one particular.
Yeah. So yes, he's on the meter. But yes, he's cool.
Okay.
Yes, Kevin Gates, and the reason that this, that they're even in my thought, because I do not think about these celebrities at all. Yeah, negative.
Okay, so my F meter, I'm with you, Bria. Savannah gets all the F's we have here on the screen. I'm giving her all 4. LeBron, this is the playoff season, sir. You get all my F's as well. You should not have to be bothered with foolishness like that.
Exactly.
Mr. Gates, you're over in the gray area in the 0 F's to give. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care if you have this huge crush or love. If you're fanning out for LeBron, that's fine. Just leave his wife out of it. I mean, she didn't do anything to you.
Exactly.
Okay?
That's a good
If he likes it, we should all love it.
Right.
And I have lots of F's to give for his subtle comeback on Instagram. He gave Savannah all the love. Mm-hmm. And Kevin just is out there looking stupid. So there's that. Which brings us to our last person in the lineup, Shannon Sharpe, his lawsuit, Gabby, Zaninga, Bria, any F's to give in any of that?
0. Yes, 0. Like, I'm not going to give it a negative. I'm 0.
I also have 0 F's to give. Outside of the fact that, outside of if she told him no and he continued to say, I definitely have F's to give. I'm not here for any type of essay.
Yes, essay, I care a lot about. But like I said, the whole, in its entirety, 0.
Absolutely.
Very much 0.
So y'all, slide in the comments and let us know how you're feeling on the F meter for each one. What you got for Tracee? What you got for Kevin, LeBron, Savannah? What you got for Shannon and Gabby? Let us know. All right. So thank you for tuning in to our first The Pop Out episode of the season. We'll be back with more for sure. Go ahead and, like I said, hit the notification bell so you'll know when we come back with more Pop Out. Bria, any closing words?
Okay, so a little update on life. Last time I was here, I was talking about, just letting go and like choosing you and everything like that and what it entails. And I'm saying, when you do, good things, great things happen. You welcome in love that is meant for you, that is safe, and all of the things that you really want when you choose yourself. Because when you give off the energy of choosing you, like, it makes people want to choose you too. And so I new love. I got a promotion, and it's great. Things are great. So yeah, I will talk to you all later, and I love you. I'm thankful for you, and I am grateful for you. All right. Bye.
All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Come back next time. All right. Bye.